Son Ye-jin's spring photos spark warmth and wonder. I keep thinking about light, not in a poetic way, in a very specific, almost annoying way. Like when you're sitting somewhere and the sun shifts and suddenly the room looks completely different and you can't figure out if the room changed or you did. That kind of light. The kind that doesn't announce itself. It just arrives and rearranges everything quietly. That's what I thought about when I saw Son Ye-jin's photos. Not her at first. The light. The way it was filling whatever room she was standing in. This clean, minimal space, neutral walls, nothing fighting for attention. And how it made everything look like it was breathing. Soft. Not golden, not harsh. Just present. The kind of light that makes you want to stand still inside it for a second longer than you need to. And then her, in the middle of it. Pastel jumper, white tiered skirt with these small lace details you'd almost miss if you weren't paying attention. Bob haircut, neat, nothing overwrought, smiling. And the caption, "Spring has come." 3 words. I've been sitting with those 3 words for longer than I'd like to admit. Here's the thing I can't shake. I scroll past hundreds of images a day. Beautiful people in beautiful clothes in beautiful rooms. It's wallpaper at this point. My thumb moves and my brain barely registers any of it. So when something makes me stop, actually look, actually feel my chest do that small involuntary thing where it tightens just slightly, I want to understand why. I need to understand why. Because it wasn't the outfit. The outfit was lovely, sure. The pastel tone of the jumper was the kind of color that doesn't demand anything from you. It doesn't say, "Look at me." It says, "I'm here if you want to notice." And the skirt, white, tiered, those lace accents catching the light in a way that gave the whole thing movement, even though she was standing still. It was well chosen. It was thoughtful. But I've seen well chosen and thoughtful 1,000 times, and it hasn't stopped me like this. It was her face. No, it was the thing behind her face. The thing the face was carrying without trying to explain. Her smile. I keep coming back to it. There was a brightness to it, but not the kind that's performed for a camera. Or maybe it was performed. She's an actress, a brilliant one, and she knows what a lens wants. She knows what angles do. She knows how to give a frame exactly what it needs. So I can't rule that out. I can't say with any certainty that the smile was real in the way we usually mean that word. But that's the thing that makes it linger, isn't it? The not knowing. The way it could be craft or it could be something unguarded, and you genuinely cannot tell. And that ambiguity keeps pulling you back in. Her eyes had that softness. The kind where the smile has traveled all the way up. The cheeks lifting just slightly. The skin around the eyes creasing in a way that doesn't look like it's been engineered. Her shoulders were open, not braced, not pulled back in that rigid way people do when they know they're being watched and they're trying to look relaxed while being anything but. She just stood there, like the room belonged to her. Like the moment belonged to her. Like she had nowhere else to be and nothing to prove to anyone. And that radical lack of agenda was somehow the most compelling thing about the entire image. I think about what we expect from women who've gone through visible transitions. And I don't mean that in an abstract essay for a class way. I mean, I think about it in the small, ugly, honest way. The way I catch myself doing it before I can stop. She married Hyun Bin in 2022. They have a son. And somewhere in my brain, before I even opened those photos, there was already a version of what I thought I'd see. Something slightly dimmed, something slightly retreated. Not worse, just different, quieter, more private looking maybe. Like motherhood would have pulled her inward, and we'd be able to read that on her skin, in her posture, in the way she held herself in front of a camera. That's a terrible thing to expect. I know that. I know it's built on assumptions I didn't consciously choose. Assumptions absorbed from 1,000 magazine covers and interview segments and whispered cultural scripts about what happens to women after marriage, after children, after whatever invisible line we've drawn that separates before from now. And I still expected it. I hate that I expected it, but I did. And then there she was, looking like spring decided to inhabit a person. Looking like the pastel jumper and the white lace skirt and the clean bob and the warm light were all conspiring to say, nothing has been lost here. Nothing has been traded. Whatever you thought would be gone, it's not. That disruption, that quiet, non-aggressive, completely uninterested in your expectations disruption, that's what stopped me. Her body looked strong. I noticed that, and then I noticed myself noticing it, and I sat with the discomfort of that for a second. Because there's a complicated line between admiring someone's physical discipline and reducing them to their physical form, and I'm never quite sure which side I'm standing on when I register that someone's figure looks toned and lean beneath a miniskirt. Her legs were long. Her posture was upright but not stiff. There was an athleticism to the way she carried herself, something that suggested consistency, effort, the kind of quiet daily work that doesn't show up in dramatic before and after photos, but just maintains, holds steady, keeps the foundation intact while everything around it shifts. And I think that's what people respond to, even if they don't articulate it that way. Not the thinness, not the conventional attractiveness, but the steadiness. The evidence that someone has continued to show up for themselves through everything. Through the wedding and the pregnancy and the birth and the sleepless nights and the career that didn't pause just because life got fuller. There's something in that steadiness that feels, I don't know, reassuring, aspirational, slightly painful if you're in a season where your own steadiness has faltered. All of those, maybe. Depending on who's looking. Depending on what they're carrying when they open the image. The caption keeps circling in my head. Spring has come. I've turned it over so many times it started to lose its shape, the way a word does when you repeat it too often. Spring has come. Spring is here. Such ordinary words. Seasonal. Appropriate. The kind of thing anyone might post on the first warm day, when the air smells different and the light lasts longer, and your body remembers what it feels like to not brace against cold. But from her, from someone whose life has been so publicly narrated, whose every post gets parsed by millions, it carries a weight that's hard to pin down. Is it literal? Probably. Is it just a caption? Maybe. But I keep hearing something underneath it. Something like, I'm still here. I'm still in the light. The season turned and I turned with it, and look, I'm still standing in a room full of sunlight, smiling, and the smile is mine. Maybe I'm projecting. I'm almost certainly projecting. That's what we do with images of people we don't know. We pour ourselves into the spaces they leave open, and then we call our projections interpretations and feel smart about it. But I think the best images, the ones that actually do something to you, are the ones that are generous enough to leave that space, that don't fill in every gap, that let you bring your own spring to them. And hers did that. The minimal interior, the simple caption, the smile that could mean anything. It was all open enough to receive whatever the viewer needed it to hold. I think about the Netflix series, Variety. She plays Sai-yoon, the head of a top entertainment company, the woman who built the country's biggest idol group, who navigates the chaos and the tangled desires of everyone orbiting that world. It's a role about power and control and the performance of competence. And then she posts these photos on her personal account, and the energy is the complete opposite. Soft, unhurried, no power play, no strategy visible on the surface. Just a woman in good light wearing a pastel jumper. The contrast does something. It reminds you that the person and the role are not the same thing. But it also makes you wonder where the boundaries are. Which version is closer to whatever she actually is in a room when no one's watching? The commanding entertainment executive. The woman in the white skirt with the spring soft smile. Both? Neither? Something else entirely that none of us have access to. Cameras are ruthless. I believe that. They catch tension, they catch performance, they catch the moment someone's smile goes hollow behind the eyes. But they also only show what's in front of them. The rest, the hours before the photo, the mood, the context, the things she said to whoever was in the room right before the shutter clicked, all of that stays hidden. We get the frame, we build the story, and sometimes the story we build says more about us than it does about her. Some of the ACNFM viewers might look at these photos and feel something simple and good. A pretty image. A nice outfit. A welcome reminder that spring exists and that some people look beautiful in it. That's a perfectly whole response. It doesn't need more. But others might feel that pull. The one I've been trying to describe and probably failing at. The pull that says, why does this matter to me? Why does this woman standing in a quiet room make me feel like something in my own life is being gently questioned? Not challenged, not attacked, just asked about. The way a friend asks how you're doing and you suddenly realize you haven't checked in with yourself in weeks. I don't have an answer. I don't think there is one. Not a clean one, anyway. There's just a pastel jumper in a room full of light. A white skirt with lace details that move even in stillness. A bob haircut that's doing exactly what it needs to do and nothing more. A smile, a caption about spring. And somewhere in the space between the image and whoever's looking at it, something shifts. Something asks a question it doesn't expect answered. I'm still sitting with it. The light in that room, the way she looked like she was right where she was supposed to be. The way spring has come sounded, for just a second, like it meant something bigger than weather. It probably didn't, but I'm not ready to let it go yet.